Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills.
So now let's start backtesting this this moving average strategy that this subscriber wanted me to test out. The blue crosses below the orange. All right, so then that's a sell. So, but what I want to do is I want to backtest this like this. So right now we don't have a crossover yet. All right, so everything broke. So the way I want to do this, I'm not sure how he wanted me to do this. Shout out to Nova Infinity, but I'm assuming that if he wanted to incorporate the 50 moving average, then you should wait for price to break below it if you're looking for sales. The 9 crossed below the 15. All right, so that's cool. But until it breaks the 50, we still can't sell it. All right, so right now it has broke below the 50. So we can sell it. So let's try to sell it. Now, my thing is, do you want to take it outright or do you want to wait for a pullback? See, my thing is this. It's always going to be late. So if I was to take a sell right here, I mean, the stop loss have to be way up here. It ain't really... And this is just a 1-to-1 down here, Nova. So it ain't even realistic that you're going to be able to catch this way down here. That's not even like... So my thing is I would rather wait for at least a pullback. Now my thing is, where would the pullback be? Identify where the pullback would be. Pull up a Fibonacci and see where the golden zone is. See what the Fibonacci looking like. And then maybe we can catch a pullback like this. But I will tell you that most people that want moving average crossover strategies don't want to wait for pullbacks in their beginning stages as a beginner, because they're ready to take the trade. They waited all day. They're very impatient traders. They waited for the trade all day long, and then when they finally get the moving average crossover, they want to just take it. They're ready to go. But it's really best to wait for a pullback because it's a late moving average. Like it's late. It's going to get you in late. So let's see if a pullback happens. So it tried to pull back. Let's see if we can get one pulling back a little bit more. Nope. So it just dropped out. So yeah, so it tried to pull back though. It didn't come as high as I wanted it to, but that's what I would do. So shout out to Nova Infinity. If you want to wait for the moving average crossovers, I literally would pull out a Fibonacci every time and try to wait for a pullback. The Fibonacci, you don't have to use the Fibonacci, but the Fibonacci is going to give you, it's going to show you kind of where structure is. All right, it pulled back a little bit. Actually, on a 15-minute, it did pull back. So wait for it on the 30, but go down to the 15-minute and wait for that retest. And maybe that could work out for you. So try to follow those rules. I personally don't like trading like this. Like okay, so it kind of make it to where you're like a robot and you're kind of mechanical with it. So I get that part of it. But the part that I don't like is that you can get so trapped into the moving average crossovers that you forget structure. And you have to be very, very careful that you don't forget the structure and that you don't forget just the basics of trading. You know what I'm saying? Like you tend to get distracted by the crossovers and waiting for that you forget to look at the supply and demand zones and all the other stuff that's really more important than the crossover. If you got some stuff that you want me to test out, I'll do it, and I'll give you my best advice if this is the way you want to trade. All right, so peep this out, y'all. Watch this.
And you do that with all your kids, and God forbid the worst rap story happens and you're not here to join us no more. Not only will you have the money that you got in your bank for $10 million, but you also get another $10 million that will be paid through whoever your funding family is, through whatever trust you set up to keep your family going. And you do that with all your kids and all your family members. So that means if anything happened to any one of them,
we get money.
Their value don't change. Their value actually doubles to keep the family rolling.
Yeah, that's what the Rockefellers did.
Bing, bing, bing.
Set the trust up, borrow money against the trust.
Right.
But black people don't understand trust. I set up a trust. I set up a trust for my father, and my father thought we was trying to trick him. He's like, I never heard that. So I said, yo, bro, I don't trust the trust. Who does that? That's when you are financially not literate at all. My father's a country dude that believes in work and save. Work and save, and that's it.
All right, so I definitely need you to trust the trust, because the trust can and will help you to build generational wealth. Now, the first step is to make sure that every member of your family has a permanent life insurance contract. So let's say, for example, Dad has $1 million, Mom has $1 million, and then the kids each have $500,000 each. The second step is now for you to set up a trust for the family. And the trust is going to be the beneficiary of every single policy owned by the family. The reason is because you want the death benefit to be paid out into the trust and not to any single family member. The beautiful thing about the trust is that you can set up instructions as to how that money will be utilized. So the kids can't really just spend the money anyhow they want. All right. So the money could be for investing, starting a business, college tuition, down payment for a house, anything that you desire. All right. Now, what gets better here is that they're eventually going to pass away. So now when they pass away, guess what? The family bank now has $2 million. The kids are now grown, but here's what's important. Their death benefit is still intact. All right. And because they're older, they now have their own kids. And what do? They also get a policy for each child that is now being paid for by the funds inside of the family trust. Okay. This is how you keep the cycle ongoing. And the beautiful part about this is that family members do not have to rely on financial institutions for anything they need, because they've already created an ecosystem that allows them to have access to capital anytime they want and continue to build that for generations to come.
One thing that you notice they don't talk about is how much this stuff costs. Most people that talk about it that has it already is already making 100,000. I had talked to one of my boys and I was like, man, what you think about this? And he was just giving me his insight. But, you know, we began talking about, like, he said that people that already got these are already 6-figure earners and different things like that. But so how do you start from the ground up? So if you broke and you starting from the ground up, it's just a sacrifice that has to be made. Like, if you're the first generation, and some of y'all are the first generation to break the cycle, to break this generational curse, we kind of like have to be the monarchies, or I don't know if that's the right word, but like we have to be like the ones that set the tone. And we might not be able to have everything that we want because we're just thinking about our generations to come. So I'm thinking about my son and if he have kids, or I'm thinking about my twins and when they have kids. And I got to think way down the line, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, as long as God don't come back, you know what I'm saying? And the world is gone, you feel me? As long as we still living here, I got to think down the line. So I got to do what I got to do as quick as possible. And I may not even be able to get all the way where I want it to be while I'm living. But maybe I can, but maybe I won't. But I will get as far as I can. You feel me? I will get as far as I can and then structure it and make videos for my kids. Like, make videos for your kids. If you want a legacy to pass on, if you want a certain lifestyle to be carried on, make videos while you're living so your kids can know what you were trying to build. Because once you gone, you gone. We don't know what your thoughts are. We don't know what you was trying to build for the family. So make videos. Record what you want the family legacy to be, so they can carry it on wherever you stopped at. And eventually it's going to get where it's supposed to be, but you may not be here, but it all started because of you. Question about trading. What are your favorite candlestick patterns besides engulfing candles and pin bars? All right, so let's switch back over to trading. So my favorite, I would say engulfings, okay, wicks, doji candles, okay, that's part of wicks too. I mean, I don't know what else is there to even like, to be honest with you. I honestly don't know what else is there to like, because the engulfing candlestick is going to let you know what direction we going in, or depending on when it's happening, it's going to tell you that it might be a liquidity sweep. So you need those engulfing candlesticks. And then the wicks, or the doji candles is telling you where the reversal is going to happen. I mean, those are the best, bro. Those are the best. Now, if you want to do like, those are just one candlesticks. I don't like indecision. I mean, you got an indecision candle. The indecision is going to be like this with a little one in the middle. That's indecision. I don't like that candle. But now if you're talking about groups, now we can go to the next level of groups. I don't like the 3 white soldiers. That don't really do me nothing. It don't do nothing for me. I like morning stars. I like morning stars and evening stars. That would be, add that as my third one. So of course I like the engulfing candlesticks. Of course I like the doji and the pin bars. I like all of that stuff because it shows you the reversal. But add in the morning star and the evening star. This is a morning star right here. The morning star is going to be at the bottom. The evening star is going to be at the top. See, I love this combination right here. This is going to be a sell. Real talk, this is a head and shoulder pattern on the lower time frames. Whenever you see that, all right? So this, what I circled on my chart, if you go down to the 15-minute or the 5-minute chart, this is a head and shoulders. So let's go take a look at that. So I went to the 15-minute chart, and you can see that this is going to be your entry point right here, because this is the left shoulder. This is the left shoulder. And here's the head. Now, you really don't want to trade this until the trend line is broken. So now once the trend line is broken, then you can say, oh, shoot, this might be an inverted head and shoulders. But see, this all came from only 3 candles on the hour chart. All from 3 candlesticks. You got all of this information broken down to you when you go down to the 15-minute. If you found those 3 candlesticks on the hour, all right, like basically if you find those 3 candlesticks, whatever time frame, you got to go down like 2 or 3 time frames to get this type of action. So if it broke the trend line, so now you're like, man, this is like an inverted head and shoulders. So all you do is just mark up your zone, all right? And then you just waiting for price to pull back into your left shoulder zone. And now you at the right shoulder. There's your retest. There's your entry. There's your money. And it all came from these 3 candlesticks. This right here. So I would answer that as that would be my next candlestick pattern right there.